Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm Double Beam Billy Bujo, and this is going to be my TNA Impact Wrestling review for the week of March 28, 2013. We'll open up the show with Jeff Hardy coming out to cut a promo about his #1 contendership and the fact that it's open fight night and he had someone in mind he was going to call out, but before he had the opportunity to make that announcement on who it was going to be, he gets interrupted by Bully Ray and the Aces and Eights. Then they start to cut a promo about how Jeff Hardy's gotten chance after chance after chance, and then even it starts to involve Mr. Anderson, which kind of hints at what would the main event's going to be for tonight. Jeff Hardy then proceeds to assault Mr. Anderson for his comments, and the next you know, the Aces and Eights attack, and then the Cavalry comes in the form of Magnus, Eric Young, and Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle, and then Jeff Hardy makes the announcement that it's Jeff Hardy is calling out Mr. Anderson for later tonight, so that's going to be the main event. Interesting way to open up Impact Wrestling. I thought it was pretty decent, 3.5 out of 5. And next up, we had Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez. They came out and they called out Bad Influence, and the added stipulation was the winners of this match would become the new #1 contenders for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. And honestly, when I initially started watching this match, I honestly didn't really think there would be a clean finish, because if they wanted to involve them in a storyline, I even talked about it on last week's Impact Wrestling review about the fact that a possibility of a triangle storyline involving Bad Influence, Chavo Guerrero, Hernandez, and the tag team champions in the form of Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. Apparently, it's not going to go that route. We had a very, very good tag team match with Chavo Guerrero, Hernandez, and Bad Influence in the form of Daniels and Kazarian, and that's one of the things that, to me, kind of sets TNA apart from WWE, and that's actually good tag team wrestling. Even though WWE's been starting to step it up a little bit, they still don't compare to what we got with TNA, even though TNA, them too, also on have a limited tag team roster. I mean, who else do they have in their tag team division? Honestly. 4 out of 5 on the tag team match. Taryn Terrell, holy my God, Moses. Oh, Lord. If you guys would have seen what Taryn Terrell wore tonight at Impact Wrestling, I bet you there were people that would look at Drew McIntyre and say, "You idiot." It didn't matter if she kicked your butt. She is freaking gorgeous. I mean, unbelievably hot. Is my loneliness showing? No, it's not. No, it's not. Anyway, Taryn Terrell goes out to call out Gail Kim, and Gail Kim said, "Well, before you call me out, there's somebody else that wanted to call you out." And here she comes now in the form of Tara, leather-wearing Tara, almost looking dominatrix-like. And then they start a 2-on-1 beating down Taryn Terrell when Velvet Sky comes in and makes the save, which kind of leads me to believe that we're probably going to have a Knockouts tag team match next week. Taryn Terrell and Velvet Sky to take on Gail Kim and Tara. And it was even further pushed to me in the fact that when they came back for commercial break, Velvet Sky was talking backstage in a promo saying, you know, why she came out there to help Taryn Terrell with Gail Kim and Tara. And then next, you know, Taryn Terrell starts going all AJ-like. I'm talking about AJ Lee, not AJ Styles, just so there's no confusion. And they start starting to beat down once again. You know, very heated rivalry between Taryn Terrell and Gail Kim. 4.5 out of 5 just for Taryn Terrell's outfit. I wonder how many of you guys out there will get that. Now, Sting for the past few weeks has been trying to talk to Hulk Hogan. You know, Sting trying to make amends and trying to own up to the mistake that he made of getting Hulk Hogan to trust Bully Ray. But Hulk Hogan, over the past few weeks, has shut Sting down. Now, even to this point, where this week Sting was approaching Hulk Hogan's office, and Hulk Hogan had a security guard out there stationed saying that Hulk Hogan wants nothing to do with Sting, doesn't want to talk to him, doesn't want to speak to him, nothing. And Sting said, you know what, I'm going to go out there and do it my way. Now, we came out for commercial break. Hulk Hogan is talking with Jeff Hardy, and that makes the announcement that at the April 11th event in Corpus Christi, where Jeff Hardy will be taking on Bully Ray for the TNA World Heavyweight title, that Jeff Hardy will now have the right to name his own stipulation. And then here's Sting's music. Hogan then says a statement that Sting is not supposed to be there tonight. So Sting is out there, and Sting, with it being open fight night, decides to call out Hulk Hogan. Now, from the way this is going, I'm not really sure if this will be a heel turn for Hogan. I'm not entirely positive on that, but it's something going on with Sting and Hogan, which kind of leaves me believe: is this Starrcade 1997? Can somebody really confirm that for me? Can it? You know, I really don't understand this. I mean, why do we need to see a Sting Hulk Hogan storyline? I mean, we saw it in 1997. It was more relevant in 1997 than it is in 2013. Honestly, I mean, Hulk Hogan can't wrestle. Why have a storyline with Sting and Hulk Hogan? I really just don't understand it. I understand these two guys are legends. Sting is a TNA Hall of Famer. Hulk Hogan, a WWE Hall of Famer. And I really just don't understand the point and the purpose of it. I really don't know where they're going with this. Maybe they're going to drive Sting to aces and eights, maybe? I don't know. It's just hard to say at this point in time. That's why you hear me stuttering, because I really don't know what to think and I don't know what to say. Now, I do realize that I did say that last week about the new AJ Styles gimmick, and a few of you guys out there were kind of on my case about that. So if you guys want to enlighten me a little bit on what you think, you know, let's make that like kind of a comment question of the week here for the Impact Wrestling Review. You know, one of the main things I really want to know is what are your thoughts about this whole thing with Sting and Hulk Hogan? You know, where do you guys think this is going? 4 out of 5 on this one. The promo was good. The promo in itself was very entertaining. I can't say nothing bad about it. But the direction of it, you know, like for the longest time, Hogan was face in TNA ever since he came back as general manager. And now, you know, Aces and Eights are supposed to be the predominantly heel storyline in TNA, and now they're, from the way it's been going, it may look like they're trying to do that with Hulk Hogan. The fans are getting behind Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry, the fans are getting behind Sting. They want Hulk Hogan to kind of make amends with Sting, and it's just not going that way. The next thing you know, we have Cowboy James Storm coming out. James Storm wanting to call out AJ Styles. You know, said that, you know, on one hand, we could either go drinking and we could talk about it, or we can end up fighting. Either way, doesn't matter to him. So that's what James Storm wanted. But then next thing you know, he gets interrupted by Aces and Eights, Garrett Bischoff, Wes Briscoe, and Doc, and start a 3-on-1 beatdown of James Storm until it gets interrupted by both Eric Young and Kurt Angle, and then it turns it into a 6-man tag match with Cowboy James Storm, Kurt Angle, and Eric Young taking on Aces and Eights in the form of Doc, Garrett Bischoff, and Wes Briscoe. Why I repeated that is just beyond me. So now this was I thought it was an okay match. Got Kurt Angle, James Storm were really good. Thank God Eric Young didn't strip down to his BVDs, because I really don't think I could have tolerated that. I mean, you know, the past gimmick we've seen with Eric Young, he's always stripping down, and thank God I haven't seen that. What kind of makes me believe, you know, if Eric Young is back, where's ODB? And speaking of ODB, looks like TNA's probably just gone ahead and defuncted the TNA Knockouts Tag Team titles. I don't know how else to put it. But it was Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle had the ankle locked in on I believe it was Garrett Bischoff, if I'm not mistaken, and then gets rolled up by Wes Briscoe. Yeah, it was Wes Briscoe rolled him up, had the tights, got the 3 count, aces and 8s win. Very entertaining match. I'm going to give it a combined 4 out of 5 because I thought the promo before the whole thing with aces and 8s happened, I thought it was good with James Storm and Kurt Angle. Very intrigued and very interested to see where they're going with this with AJ Styles. And I know there's a couple of guys out there, you know, and one guy I want to mention by name, Metal Ruler, if I'm saying his name correctly, Metal Ruler 45, I do believe. You know, I'm going to throw that out there to you if you're watching this and you're listening to what I have to say. You know, I read what you had to say about the AJ Styles gimmick, and you know, I have to agree with you to a point. But another, you know, from the way it was portrayed tonight, you know, I would have to say that what he did tonight was very reminiscent of Sting back in WCW. Around 1997 when he first came back, you know, as Crow Sting. I want to know if you want to agree with that statement, Metal Ruler 45. I'd really love to hear back from you on that one. Main event, Mr. Anderson and Jeff Hardy, and it basically came down to the referee getting distracted. Jeff Hardy, Garrett Bischoff running down, bringing a hammer to Mr. Anderson, which, and by the way, this was match content-wise, I thought it was a very decent match between Anderson and Jeff Hardy. These two have faced each other before. They have worked well together. I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, that Hardy beat Anderson to obtain his first TNA World Heavyweight title, if I am not mistaken. So, again, match content-wise, I thought it was very decent. Had no issues with it. Garrett Bischoff comes in behind the referee's back, gives a hammer to Mr. Anderson. Anderson had no opportunity to use it because of the twist of fate or twist of Stone Cold Stunner, as I like to put it, because it was a twist of fate into a Stone Cold Stunner on Anderson. And then Jeff Hardy took it and used the hammer on Anderson, used it on Garrett Bischoff, and then was going to take he took out a chair and waffled Anderson right in the back with it, and then took out a table and took out a ladder and was going to do an infamous leap off the ladder through a table until Bullet Ray stops it. And then we get the announcement. Now, you know that TNA can't use the name tables, ladders, and chairs as one of their gimmicks, so they call it Full Metal Mayhem. So that's what it's going to be at Corpus Christi for the April 11th show for the TNA World Heavyweight title. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go with this. You know, we've seen them in tag team forms of this match, but I've never seen them in a singles capacity form of this match with each other, is what I meant to say. So very interesting to see how they work with each other in this kind of a match, in this kind of environment. 4 out of 5 on the main event. This week's Impact Wrestling overall, to me, was a lot better than last week's. Pardon me. It's going to get a 4 out of 5 for me. The opening segment, I thought it was okay. The tag team match for Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez defeating Bad Influence, I thought it was a great match. Taryn Terrell, yay. That's all I'm going to say. The Sting and Hulk Hogan storyline, I don't know why they're trying to make Hulk Hogan look heelish. I really don't see the point when, again, your predominantly heel storyline right now at this time should be aces and eights. But TNA is not seeing that point right now. The 6-man tag with aces and eights defeating Cowboy James Storm, Kurt Angle, and Eric Young, I thought it was okay. And then the main event with Mr. Anderson and Jeff Hardy, I thought it was a very decent, very good main event match. And the announcement of the stipulation, I thought it was, even though it was kind of predictable and expected, I'm still really looking forward to what these two will do in Full Metal Mayhem and what kind of match they can perform, because we've seen their past work. Lord knows what they'll do come April 11th in that Full Metal Mayhem match. I for one, am actually excited to see this match and see how they work it. So what I want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts. on Impact Wrestling this week. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Guys, don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network. So with that being said, I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux saying thank you very much for watching.
Stoke Concerts. Stoke Concerts. Stoke Concerts. Stoke Concerts. Spiritual speaking. Stoke Concerts. Stoke Concerts. I'm Haley Ringrose. Stoke Concerts.
My name's Andrew Weatherall.
Spiritual speaking. Stoke Concerts.